So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So as you all are aware that every day at 8 p.m. we are having the Hindu analysis class, which is generally taken by Govind sir. But on Saturday I take the class, right? So let us begin with today's class without wasting our time. Today is 12th July. Now, can you please tell me yesterday? So this is 12th July. Yesterday was 11th July. And it's a very famous day that is being observed on 11th July. What is that? Anyone? 11th July is celebrated as which day? World Population Day. Very good, Adrija. World Population Day. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. Good. Player 456, Disha, you all were right. So let us begin with today's class. On the first page, there were two important articles. One talking about simultaneous election, another talking about Operation Sindoor. Okay, so let us first talk about simultaneous election. Now, what is the meaning of simultaneous election? It is also called as one nation, one election. Another term being used is one nation, one election. What is that? It means, so let me show if this map. Yes. So we are having 20, how many states? So we are having 28 states and 8 union territory, right? So we have elections in all those 28 states. So at state level, we are having legislative assembly elections. And the majority leads to the formation of chief minister, I mean the government, or what we call it as chief ministers. Now at all India level, we are having elections like last year it happened in 2024. It is called as Lok Sabha elections, or technically use the term general elections. This word is also used. And if you have majority here, you will make your own prime minister. Okay. Now the thing is, the Lok Sabha election or the general election and the elections of all the states do not happen at the same time. Okay, because of course there are a lot of reasons, etc. Now the idea of one nation, one election means we will conduct election once, and in that you will go in to the booth, and you will be provided two EVMs. One EVM you will vote for this, another EVM you will vote for the state legislative assembly election. Both will be there in the same room. Just you have to go and press the button twice. I mean, in the two different EVMs. So basically, for all practical purpose, at one go, you will be electing both the chief minister as well as prime minister. But what is the problem with one nation, one election? Or what we call it as simultaneous elections? Hey, what is the positive first? So the positive thing is, see, I'm sure you might, what is the positive thing? Can anyone tell me? What is the positive of one nation, one election or simultaneous election? Can anyone tell me? क्या फायदा है वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन का या साइमल्टेनियस इलेक्शन का? एनीवन बताइए. Time saving, yes. Of course, time will be saved. Plus, I'm sure when continuous elections happen, deployment of police forces and CAPF, Central Armed Police Force like BSF, CRPF are deployed. So instead of ensuring law and order, the police force and the administration is busy in that. The administration is busy in conducting election rather than doing development work. Cost, of course, you'll save a lot of cost. Maybe black money circulation will be reduced. Very good. What is blood money in context of Yemen now's case? Okay, Arya, I'll explain that. ठीक है, अच्छा वो आपने पूछ लिया. I'll explain. So basically, this is actually these are the positives of one nation, one election or simultaneous election. Okay, and there are many others, like you involve even the teachers, the government teachers are also involved in conducting election. So instead of teaching, they are involved in those things. But what is the negative aspect or the issues with, or I would be saying, one nation, one election? What is the main issue or the problem? Yes, Armenia-Azerbaijan conflict, please read. It is relevant. Yes, AB. I will explain about Yemen now's case a little bit. Blood money, what is that? The problem with this is, yes, it is difficult, first of all, to conduct all the election because it is not possible that, for example, let's say you are in Maharashtra. So Maharashtra Legislative Assembly election and all India level election may not happen together. The reason is, for example, let's say there's an election happen at one place, the entire India election, general election happened. Then in all the states election happened. Let's say in one state there is no majority, or what we call it as hung assembly happened. In some other state also this is the problem. Then how can you ensure? What is the problem? What is the solution? Second thing is, for example, let's say we decide that by 2020, let's say I'm just giving example, 2026 we'll be having a simultaneous election next year. Now let's say this year Bihar election will happen. This is the Bihar election is happening in 2025 November. Now people elected the chief minister of Bihar for 5 years. Now how will you conduct an all India election in 2026 and you will include Bihar also? Because the people of Bihar has elected the chief minister this year, let's say in November, for 5 years, and now you're reducing the tenure. So implementation issues are there, right? So that is what is there. So one nation, one election. So former CGIs were asked about your opinion. So what they said, that election commissions are being given too much power, and there are a lot of loopholes in this simultaneous election procedures. Okay, for simultaneous election without providing an oversight. So the former two Chief Justice of India, one Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice J.S. Kher. I'm sure you are aware that Justice J.S. Kher has been given Padma Vibhushan this year as well. So they told the Parliament, the Joint Committee reviewing the bill on Friday, both the former CJIs, however, argued that the bill does not in any way violate the basic structure. So they said that, okay, simultaneous election can be conducted, but the giving too much power to Election Commission of India without any oversight, so without any safeguard, is dangerous. You are giving too much power to one body. Okay, so the name of the bill is 129th Amendment Bill that is being discussed. Even the former CGI earlier, Justice Ranjan Gogoi, had made some similar observation. Okay, so these are the things being talked about. Okay, yes. The opinion that election cannot be conducted along with general election, it may. Yes. Now the thing is, now I've told you that if because of some reason, if the legislative assembly election and the parliamentary election cannot be conducted together, let's say there is hung assembly had happened, and again you have to conduct election, or any problem is there, then in that case, it may make a recommendation to the president to declare that the legislative assembly election can be conducted at a later date. But again, the problem is this is not one nation, one election again. If in some state the legislative assembly election is not possible together with all the others, together with the Lok Sabha election, then of course it is not one nation, one election, right? One nation, one election or simultaneous election means all the states should have in one go should have legislative assembly election, and there should be a general election or Lok Sabha election at all India level at the same time. Okay, which of course there are implementation issues, and that is the main issue with this as well. So I've discussed in this. If you are interested to know what is one nation, one election, there was a committee that was set up under former President of India. What is his name? Mr. Ram Nath Kovind Committee was set up in this regard. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. I'm sure you must be aware of this. Now, okay, before discussing this, let me discuss one more thing. Someone was asking about a case, Nimisha Pirya case, I think it's there, blood money case. Are you asking in context of that, Nimisha AI development? Acha, theek hai. AI development, I've noted your request. Okay. Look, actually क्या होता है, blood money थोड़ा सा न्यूज में था, इसलिए मैं बता दे रहा हूँ. Someone is asking. So somewhere here you will find Yemen. यहाँ पर है Yemen. Okay. So I think the lady, if I'm not wrong, is from somewhere from the state of Kerala. She had gone to Yemen for doing some job or some other purpose. The allegation against that lady is that she has killed someone in Yemen. I'll tell you what is blood money. She has killed someone in Yemen. I think it's in Yemen, murder. Now the thing is, now basically, there is some slightly different rule when it comes to murder and all. So basically, in India, what is the case? For example, if someone has done murder, so let's say X person has killed Y. I'm talking currently in case of India. What is the case? So this X will be arrested by the police. And it will be produced in front of the court, and the matter will be decided. Things will go on. The judge will hear the matter. Now the judge will see the document. The laws, and will punish accordingly. Right? Judge will give the punishment accordingly. This is the case generally. Okay, in case of India. But in case of wherever there is a Muslim country, the murder punishment to the murder is slightly different. So let's say X has murdered someone, let's say Y, and Y is dead. This has died. Now he will be arrested because he has murdered. Police will arrest, produce it in front of the judge. Now here, generally what happens in case of India, the judge has some power to reduce the sentence, or in some case the president. But in case of, like, whenever there is an Islamic rule, it says that judge cannot forgive. The idea is the judge will tell to the relatives. The idea is, let's say this person Y is dead, so the close relative will be called in the court. Close relative means brother, mother, father, etc. Okay, they will be brought in the court, and they will be asked, okay, do you want to forgive this guy? But not for free. If X is willing to give you a particular amount. Okay, this is called as blood money. Actually, in Arabic, it is called as qasas, something like that. Is it clear? So blood money means the judge will call the victim of the murder, the one who has died, their close relatives like father, mother, or sister. The wife, husband, whatever is the case. That person will be invited in the court, and the judge will ask that, look, this is the person who has murdered your relative. If you want to forgive this person, you can forgive, but you have to, that X person, the murderer, has to give a particular amount of money. That is called as blood money, which is generally a slightly big amount. It is not like 5,000, 10,000 rupees. Not like that. Of course, it should be ideally 5 lakh, 10 lakh or something like that. Okay, you got it? Is the concept clear? Blood money. Qasas likhte hain Arabic mein. I think qasas something you might be written, but in English they are called as blood money. Okay. So Nimisha Priya case is there. ब्लड मनी एकदम हिंदी में बता देता हूं, जिसका मर्डर हुआ उसके रिलेटिव को आप कुछ एज अ फाइन या जो भी पेनाल्टी दे, जिसने गुनाह किया या जिसने मर्डर किया वो कुछ फाइन दे दे कोर्ट में कि देखिए मेरे से गलती होगी या जो भी, अगर उसके रिलेटिव चाहे तो माफ कर सकता है, बट इट इज ऑफ कोर्स ऑन द रिलेटिव. If the relative will tell कि no, I want this guy to be hanged, that guy will be hanged or that murderer will be hanged. No, blood money I think is determined generally by relative. I'm not exactly sure because I need to read in detail. There is some I think judge as well as the relative, but I have to go in detail कि वो कैसे determine होता है. There are some rules regarding it and I have to read it in detail. But this is the basic idea. I'm sure you must have got the concept of the basic idea about blood money. Generally वो small amount नहीं होता, थोड़ा सा high amount होता है. Like for example, you cannot say I will give 50,000 or 30,000 rupees or something like that. No, generally maybe it may be higher than 5, 10 lakh or more than. Okay, but I need to consult. Like this is the case in Yemen. What is the rule in Yemen? I do not know. Like what are the rules regarding qasas or blood money? Qasas शायद I think लिखते हैं Arabic में कि something like that, blood money के लिए. Let me check it once. No, not qasas. Blood money in Arabic. There is some word used. I'm not sure. Fair. Is there a limit on demanding Nirali? I don't know about it. I need to find out. And so there are further rules regarding it, but I'm not that much expert, to be very honest. This much I know. Blood money मैं इतना जानता हूँ, और उसमें क्या upper limit है, क्या lower limit है, how it is decided, whether it is decided by a judge or by the relative. I need to find out. Okay, I'm not sure about that. Okay, but basic idea आप समझ गए होगे. I'm sure you got the basic idea about Nimisha Priya case. Now अगर आप now if you read the article about that, I hope you will understand. Your explanation is best. Thank you, Disha. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. First page mein, there was another article. 9 Pak sites hit during Operation Sindoor. So Mr. Ajit Doval, he is the National Security Advisor of India, NSA. Okay, he has given a speech where he has talked about we hit nowhere else except the right target. So he said that our Operation Sindoor was perfect, precise. Precise means we targeted the exact location, not here and there. Okay, जहां पर मारना था वहीं पर मारा है, मतलब the target was successful. That is what he has said, and everything was done in 23 minutes. Okay, so that is what he's talking about. So we are ready. We are really proud of Operation Sindoor, and not for necessarily what people perceive, but what our indigenous content. Yes, this is important. Indigenous content means again made in India. Desi means like BrahMos, right? So BrahMos is made by India. BRH Brahmaputra is a river in India. MOS Moskova is a river in Russia. So India and Russia together has manufactured this missile system called as BrahMos. Yes, and this is of course indigenous, है ना? India में बनाया गया ना? So that is what he is talking about. Okay. National Security Advisor Mr. Ajit Doval said on Friday that India targeted 9 terrorist targets across Pakistan during Operation Sindoor. We missed none. We missed none. मतलब एकदम perfect गया सारा. Okay, he spoke in IIT Madras. Okay, in a convocation ceremony at IIT Madras. We hit nowhere else except that it was precise to the point that we were even knew. मतलब वही बता रहे कि exactly जहाँ पे जरूरत थी वहाँ पे मारा गया, है ना? And BrahMos missile was used. Now, please can anyone tell me that we are exporting BrahMos missile to which country? There is one country where we have already exported BrahMos missile. And of course, you should be knowing it is a supersonic cruise missile. Okay, supersonic means having a max speed of 1 to 5. Okay. One Mach is the speed of sound, which is equivalent to 343 meter per second, or what we call it as 1234 kilometer per hour. Okay. Yes, Philippines. We have exported this to Philippines. Okay. And in fact, recently in April, we had sent the second batch also. It has a range of 290 kilometers per hour, 290 kilometers. Now, can you please tell me, just I think few days back, it was in the news that we were trying to export Akash missile system. This is also indigenous, made in India. Akash missile system to a particular country, but unfortunately, recently that country has denied. It has said that no, we will not take. They will buy from someone else. Which country I'm talking about? बता सकते हैं? Not Armenia. No. Recently, PM Modi visited that country. Yes, Brazil. Very good, Tisha. So Brazil halts negotiation with India for Akash missile, turns to European alternative with longer range. तो ये अभी न्यूज में आई थी. So of course it was not a good news for us because we were expecting that Brazil will buy, but suddenly they decided to change the decision. खैर, तो पूछ सकते हैं, maybe they can ask. So okay, in a blow to India's defense export, Brazil has reportedly halted. Okay, Brazil is negotiating now this much amount of this deal and all. आकाश मिसाइल सिस्टम के बारे में थोड़ा सा पढ़िएगा. Please read it about this. Now, there was one article on the first page. Over 74% of Bihar electors submitted enumeration forms in revision drive, says Election Commission. I hope you are aware of this SIR, which is very much in the news, a special intensive revision for electoral rolls. See, what happens is basically there are, I think, 11 documents that one of the 11 documents that you are supposed to submit. Means actually, in short, it is actually a verification, okay, of the documents. So as far as I could remember, there are one of them that has to be submitted. You will be given a form, okay, and you have to give the photo and sign, give signature, etc., everything. And booth level officer, BLO are generally government teachers. They will come. Every booth has BLOs. They collect your documents. I mean, photocopy of the original document, of course, not the original one. And that is how it will work. Now, the thing is, this matter was filed in the Supreme Court. Why? Because actually people said you have given very less amount of time. Like in 1 month or 2 months, you are again telling to submit the give the proof, etc. So Aadhaar was not being taken. Aadhaar or Aadhaar card or voter ID card was not being taken, ration card. But now the Supreme Court has said, please listen to. But the Supreme Court has not passed an order. I need to read it, but the articles were saying that perhaps the Supreme Court has sort of requested to consider Aadhaar, EPIC, ration card, etc. also. But let us see. I'm not 100% sure whether it is being accepted or not. But you should know it. So basically, इसमें एक फॉर्म भरना होता है, and the thing is, I think you have to give one photocopy of the documents, like I think 10th mark sheet, passport. There are many documents. I'm not able to recall all of them. Okay, so you have to give those documents by filling the form. Fair. And Supreme Court asked that in the interest of justice, Aadhaar card, electors photo ID card sector can also be considered. But there are a lot of issues, like for example, Aadhaar card is not a proof of citizenship. Even the resident can make. But EPIC, I think it is only for citizen. Electors photo ID card. Okay. I'm not sure about ration card, but I think voter ID card only the citizen can make. Okay, so these are the things that was in the news. Let's move on to editorial. Editorial pe charte, new political contours in Tamil Nadu's shifting sand. Now, so basically we are not, I have told you that generally politics are generally not important. But we will discuss little bit about Tamil Nadu politics. Little bit, not very much in detail. See, there are two very prominent political parties in Tamil Nadu. One is called as DMK. Another is called as AIADMK. Okay. Currently, DMK is ruling. Yes, you can see Mr. M.K. Stalin is actually the chief minister of DMK. AIADMK is Mr. E.K. Palaniswamy is the leader of AIADMK. This was established by Srimati J. Jayalalitha. I'm sure you must have heard her name. Okay, so that is what you should know. So M.K. Stalin, actually the DMK is a part of SP Alliance, Secular Progressive Alliance, something it is called. So it includes DMK, Congress also there. And AIADMK is doing alliance in NDA. NDA means National Democratic Alliance, which is actually a part of BJP. Okay. So here you can see the opposition is NDA Alliance, AIADMK, BJP, etc. is there. Okay. So just have an idea, a rough idea about Tamil Nadu is there. You should know. So 2021 election happened. Now we'll be having election next year. The Legislative Assembly election. Okay. Okay. Yes, that is what you should be knowing. And nothing to go in detail because this is a political article. So I am not explaining it much in detail. So DMK stands for Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. And AIADMK stands for All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. These are called as, these are result of Dravidian movements. So you can read it in detail about Dravidian movements later on. Right. Let's move on to the next article. Side में एक article थी. अच्छा एक चीज आप बताओ. Can you please tell me because I have discussed in some paid classes also. Here the author's name is not mentioned. Why? Here the author's name and photo is there, but on the left side, so this article and this article do not have author's name. Why? कोई बता सकता है? Anyone? Yes, this actually reflects the opinion of the Hindu editor. So it's actually the Hindu newspaper's opinion is there. ये जो होता है the Hindu newspaper वालों का opinion होता है. It's a editor's opinion. Yes, very good, Disha. हाँ. US sanction means a sort of a boycott, economic boycott or regulation against a UN official are dangerous and absurd. So which United Nations official? Her name UN Special Rapporteur for. Okay, now what exactly it is? So basically, first of all, there are United Nations appoints a special rapporteur for specific purposes. Like one special rapporteur has been actually appointed for regarding Palestine, and her name is Francesca Albanese. She is from Italy. Okay. So what happened was, this lady Francesca Albanese has been sanctioned by the US that she cannot come to the USA. There are a lot of regulations. Her maybe her visa has been cancelled or many other things. Now, why the Hindu newspaper is criticizing it that the America imposing sanction is very dangerous. The comment, and this is actually this decision was taken after US Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced that Francisca Albanese actually would face restriction as a result of her engagement with International Criminal Court. Even International Criminal Court officials were also sanctioned by Donald Trump. I'm sure you must be aware of that. See, what happened was, international. I'll take a class on International Criminal Court. So I'm sure you must be aware that Israel, bombardment on Gaza. The South Africa actually went against Israel to International Criminal Court. And International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrant against Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel. Have you heard? PM of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm sure you must have heard this. So when Donald Trump came to power, he imposed sanctions on ICC officials, International Criminal Courts officials, that you cannot come, we'll freeze your account, or you cannot come to America, and many other things. Similarly, this lady who is a UN official, she had also in the past criticized the Israel. Okay, and that is why she has been called by US that she is actually supporter of terrorism, anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism means the one who is you can say anti-Jewish. In short, you can understand something like that. So she had said that she has been critic of Israel, and she had said that Israel is doing genocide in Gaza. That is what she has said, and that is why sanctions were put by USA. Okay, so please remember this lady. She's an international lawyer, UN Special Rapporteur for Palestinian Territory, etc. And she has actually authored a book, etc., and has worked for UNRWA, etc. These are the things you should be knowing. Okay. So she has said that it is one of the most cruelest genocide in modern Indian history. Gaza is witnessing apocalyptic, and these are the reasons. That is what you should be knowing. So, acha, isko pad lijiyega. Why I'm discussing, because UDHR se we have seen questions in CLAT and ALET both. There are a lot of PYQs in this. And we have discussed about NHRC, but now we are having a new NHRC chairman. What is his name? I think he was appointed in January somewhere. NHRC chairman twice asked in ALET in 2021 and I think in 2023 or 24 also. Currently, who is the NHRC chairman? Justice V. Ramasubramaniam. Please check his spelling name. Justice V. Ramasubramaniam karke naam hai. And this is once it was asked about Universal Declaration of Human Rights was signed on which date? So 10th December 1948. And later on in ALET, they asked the question that Human Rights Day is celebrated when? So 10th December. That's why I tell you PYQs gets repeated. Okay. So you should know it. Okay. NHRC is favorite of ALET. Fine. Okay. So what is the International Criminal Court? It is a criminal court headquartered in The Hague, Netherlands. Okay. So which is actually, it can initiate case with respect to genocide, crime against humanity, war crime, crime of aggression, etc. Okay, so these are the allegations. So Rubio, who is actually US Secretary of State, he has said that Albany is biased against Netanyahu. So these are the allegations. Okay, so we are done with, yes, she is the latest one, UN Special Rapporteur for Palestine. So now here, let's come back to the editorial. So it was talking that ICC has already banned ye to ho gaya. While the scope of sanction are still unclear, that what is the sanction that has been put on this lady, but most likely it includes travel and visa bans. That most likely US territory, or they will not allow in USA to come, etc. Okay, these are the things being talked about. She has actually talked about that Israel is conducting cruelest genocide in Gaza. These are the things being talked about. Okay. So we have already discussed so many times. This is Gaza. Okay. Let's move on. इसको पढ़ लीजिएगा. है ना, इसमें कुछ और anti-Semitism. There is an allegation that she has espoused unabashed anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism means anti-Jewish. and she has supported terrorism. That is what the allegation is by USA. Now let's talk about this one, View India's Gender Gap Report. Can you please tell me which organization releases Gender Gap Report? What is India's rank? Gender Gap Report कौन release करता है? Very, very important. What is India's rank? And who has got rank 1 in Global Gender Gap Index recently? सब सामने में लिखा हुआ है, हो सकता है आपको विजिबल भी हो. मैंने कहा जाता है ना, नकल के लिए अकल चाहिए. Yes, World Economic Forum, right, Disha? You're right. So where it is written, World Economic Forum. 131. Very good, Disha. Here it is written 131. Rank 1 किसको आया है? Who has got rank 1? Anyone? बताइए. रैंक 1 इज आइसलैंड. ठीक है, ठीक है. सो लेट मी शो. देखो ये है वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम रिपोर्ट है ना, ग्लोबल जेंडर गैप रिपोर्ट 2025 जून. ठीक है. सो एक्चुअली होता क्या है कि वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम की देयर आर लॉट ऑफ रिपोर्ट्स. सबसे जैसे ये वाले बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दिस वन आल्सो यू शुड ट्राई टू रिमेंबर, बट दिस द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज ग्लोबल जेंडर गैप इंडेक्स. यस अदिजा, यू आर राइट, आइसलैंड रैंक 1 पर है. Fair. So she's talking about the same. She and he both. I mean, they are talking about global gender gap index. India remains behind 131 out of 148 is not very good, but chalo theek hai, kaam chala hua hai. But we have to improve further. And these are the 4 parameters. Okay. Economic participation and opportunity, educational attainment, health and survival, political empowerment. So they'll check, give women, how is women's economic participation? How much CEOs are there? How much women employment is there? How much women are getting education, health, and survival. It means it is related with maternal mortality rate, child sex ratio, etc. That whether there is a female foeticide is there or not. Political empowerment means whether women are participating in politics as becoming MP, MLA, ministers or not. That's what it is. Okay. So India का 131 rank 1 is Iceland. Okay. तो इसमें ये सब बात हो रही है. अब इतना डिटेल मेरे ख्याल से नहीं जानना है. वो सब इतना डिटेल देखो, जैसे एक पार्टिकुलर इकोनॉमिक पार्टिसिपेशन में 143 रैंक है, यानी इसमें 143 रैंक है इंडिया का. देयर आर ऑल 4 हैव डिफरेंट रैंकिंग आल्सो, बट इतना नहीं याद रखना है. नो नीड टू रिमेंबर इट, जस्ट रिमेंबर ऑल इंडिया रैंकिंग. सो आफ्टर कैलकुलेटिंग ऑल 4, 131 इज इंडियाज रैंक. दैट इज मोर देन इनफ. ओके. दे विल नॉट आस्क अबाउट ईच एंड एवरी सब इंडेक्स की इसमें कितना रैंक है, इसमें कितना रैंक है. नो, दे विल नॉट आस्क. ठीक है, दैट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट. ठीक है, इससे बहुत सारी चीज बात हुई, बट आई डोंट थिंक इतना डिटेल आपके लिए काम का है. Anemia, you should know. Anemia is very much prominent in pregnant women. Pregnant women and newborn child में ये बहुत बड़ी बीमारी होती है. मतलब it's very prominent disease which is actually caused by iron deficiency. ये सब CUET में फेवरेट है. ये सब CUET एग्जाम में पूछते हैं. Deficiency diseases. ठीक है. So anemia is very prominent when you read about it. When you read about women and childhood care, you will learn about anemia. Like nearly 57% of Indian women. Yes, that is the serious thing. आधी से ज्यादा महिला को, more than half of the women are anemic. I mean, this is yes, this is an important figure from National Family Health Survey. So, which is very serious thing because people never realize. Okay, तो इसीलिए important है. खैर, okay, इसमें अब इतना डिटेल नहीं जाना. आई एम श्योर इतना नहीं पूछा जाएगा. Demographic मतलब population, demographic turning point. We are having the term used is demographic dividend. This is the term used for India. Demographic dividend means we are actually having a good young population which can drive our economy. That's the idea of demographic dividend. Okay, so these are the things being talked about. Gender equality is no longer a rights issue. It is a demographic economic necessity, of course. Means not only rights issue, means of course women should be given equal rights, but even other, moreover, not only rights, but it is actually having a bigger issue and a bigger thing like demography, economic necessity also. We are having a huge population. If women are also allowed to educate and become empowered, it will drive our economy further. And these are the things being talked. Public health system for women's need. Okay, and this also you should know, I'm sure you must be aware, that when it comes to healthcare, women needs more better healthcare as compared to men, generally speaking, because of course, in a normal, like for example, generally a healthy man of 25, 30, 35, 40, they do not need hospitals, but women need even in her young age. Why? Because when she bear a child. Okay, so of course, and of course there are a lot of things. So of course, when it comes to public healthcare system, women needs more better and as compared to men. And so these are the things being talked. अब English dreams की बात हो रही है, again the same language issues are there. So 3 language policy is there. So basically they are talking about the same thing, that yes, we can have, देखो ये बहुत सारे reports आए हैं कि medium of instruction especially at the lower level should be the local mother tongue, है ना? So in early days, if a child is taught in their mother tongue, I mean, they will be able to learn more effectively. However, when the child becomes like let's say after class 8, 9, 10, he or she can learn other languages, even in English and etc. These are the things. So they are writing it that we should not impose any language on other people. Yes, but yes, of course, we can promote the languages, etc. ठीक है, अब इसमें इतना detail I'm not sure whether they'll be asking or not. So basically, they are talking about a Supreme Court judgment of 2014, which actually said that Karnataka government in 1924 had made instruction in Kannada mandatory until class 4. So the idea is Kannada means the language is spoken in Karnataka. So you cannot make mandatory. Okay, so these are the things, but means basically they are saying that we have the right to choose. Okay, so if someone wants to learn in a Kannada school, they can learn. Or if they want to learn it in an English school, they can go to that school. Okay, accordingly. So there should not be any forceful or mandatory rules regarding it. खैर, ठीक है. Now, एक और चीज है, UD conducts fresh searches. You understand this donkey route? कोई समझता है ये? Anyone? Just I'm asking. I think 2 years back there was a film of Shah Rukh Khan, if I'm not wrong, and that was called as Donkey. Donkey route is actually illegal way of going to other country. So generally, people, if they do not get visa in a legitimate way, they go to America, England, Europe, other countries through the backside. Illegal route, right? That's called as donkey route. Even people pay 40, 50 lakh, 60 lakh, etc. Yes, these are right. So now the thing is, when it comes to that, you are actually, there's an exchange of heavy amount of money. It is not 50,000, 70,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh. So there are cases where even 1 crore rupees are also being given, or 50 lakh, 70 lakh, etc. So of course, there are chances of money laundering, human trafficking when huge amount of money comes into play. So of course, the agency which is responsible for regulating that is Enforcement Directorate, which has powers under Foreign Exchange Management Act, Prevention of Money Laundering Act, and Fugitive Economic Offenders Act. Okay, that is what you should know. Now, there was also one interesting thing. Coast Guard rescues 2 foreign nationals stranded near Great Nicobar Island. See, what happens was, so Indian ship ICGS Rajveer, so ye wali India ki ship hai, and I think this was a yacht where 2 American nationals were traveling. Pata nahi log kahan ghumte rehte hain. So Sea Angel, so this is the yacht. They were traveling there, and I think they got stuck or something. So this Indian Coast Guard ship actually helped them and rescue. Okay, so they were somewhere here. So this is Andaman and Nicobar group of islands. This is Indira Point, hai na? This is the southernmost tip of India, na? Okay, so यहाँ पे लिखा होगा कहीं पर ना, है ना? It was 52 nautical miles southeast of Indira Point. So southeast मतलब कितना? Southeast somewhere here, यहाँ पर होंगे. So 52 nautical miles away. So 1 mile is 1.6 kilometer. Nautical mile जो होता है, 1 nautical mile I think is 1.8 kilometer, roughly 1.8 something. ठीक है, मतलब आप समझ दो, मतलब रफली अराउंड 90-100 किलोमीटर्स के आसपास थे इंदिरा पॉइंट से, यहाँ पर लोग बचाए गए. Okay, so they might have got diverted or something like that. Now, which is the southernmost tip of mainland India? What should be the answer? If I ask, if they are asking southernmost tip of India, the answer is Indira Point. But if the question is asking what is the southernmost tip of India, then what should be the answer? Mainland India. क्या आंसर होगा बताइए? Kanyakumari, right? And in some exam, I saw this Cape Comorin, which is the same thing, just written in English-sized version. So Kanyakumari and Cape Comorin are same thing, because in some exam I saw this option. जैसे आप तो देखोगे गंगा है, गंगा रिवर इज देयर, बट इन इंग्लिश वी राइट इट गैंजेस. सो वही बात है, इट इज एन इंग्लिश-साइज्ड वर्जन ऑफ कन्याकुमारी, केप कोमोरिन. ठीक है, सो यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल, दीस आर सेम थिंग. Preliminary report, yes, Air India की report आई थी. I'm sure you must be aware this accident had happened on 12th June last month. Now since 1 month has happened, now there's a report that fuel supply switches were cut off or switched off. See what happens is, देखो ये plane है, I'm sure you must be aware, it is a plane and it is having two engines. One is on the right, this is engine 1 and this is engine 2. Okay, these are the engines which help plane take off. Okay, or let's say move. And so what happened was, देखो इधर लेफ्ट साइड में जो होते हैं, दिस इज एक्चुअली द कैप्टन, है ना, विच इज एक्चुअली द सीनियर पायलट. ओके, और इधर जो होते हैं वो होते हैं राइट साइड में फ्लाइंग ऑफिसर कहते हैं ना, फर्स्ट ऑफिसर, विच इज द को पायलट. ओके, अब जो फ्लाइट डेटा रिकॉर्डर है, कॉकपिट वॉइस रिकॉर्डर है. कॉकपिट वॉइस रिकॉर्डर मींस अगेन cockpit voice recorder plus flight data recorder together is called as black box. So there's a discussion that was happening between the pilot and the co-pilot. So the pilot perhaps is saying to the co-pilot, why have you switched off the fuel supply? And the response is, I have not switched off. Okay, अब देखोगे एक पायलट कह रहे हैं कि तुमने फ्यूल सप्लाई क्यों बंद कर दिया. अगर आप फ्यूल सप्लाई, इफ यू स्विच ऑफ द फ्यूल सप्लाई, द इंजन विल गेट स्टॉप. आप समझ हो ना. मान लो इफ द पायलट चेंज कि इसमें स्विच, देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी फ्यूल सप्लाई, सो दिस इंजन विल गेट स्विच्ड ऑफ. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड वाज द फ्यूल सप्लाई वाज स्विच्ड ऑफ फॉर वन एंड आफ्टर 1 सेकंड द अदर वन आल्सो. एक इंजन बंद किया गया या हो गया पता नहीं क्या, और दूसरा भी बंद हो गया. सो वी आर नॉट श्योर बिकॉज द वॉइस रिकॉर्डर सेज कि द अदर पायलट इज सेइंग कि नहीं मैंने नहीं किया, ही डिड नॉट डू सो. जब एक पायलट ने, मेन पायलट ने पूछा कि तुमने ये क्यों बंद कर दिया फ्यूल सप्लाई, और भी एक के बाद दोनों, तो उन्होंने कहा, दूसरा का जो रिस्पांस है वो कहा कि नहीं मैंने नहीं बंद किया. अब गॉड नोज बेटर व्हाट हैपेंड. ठीक है, वी आर नॉट, आई मीन वी शुड नॉट पास एन जजमेंट हियर, एंड इवन द सिविल एविएशन मिनिस्टर हैज आल्सो सेड मे बी देयर माइट बी अ टेक्निकल फॉल्ट इन द प्लेन, और वी डोंट नो, गॉड नोज बेटर व्हाट वाज द प्रॉब्लम. तो क्या रीजन है, क्या हो गया. देखो इससे कि 1 सेकंड के अंदर दोनों कट ऑफ कर दिया गया fuel supply. It means for all practical purpose you are switching off both the engines. Whether this was done by the pilot, mistakenly by the pilot, or there was some flaw in that machine, or there is an engine problem that even if you have not done something, the fuel supply got cut off or something like that, God knows better. So this was actually the preliminary report. Now here we are talking about Captain Subhanshu Shukla. We have made a video on it, please watch it. This is very 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 important. स्टार मार्केट. ओके, एक और है यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट पर, बट दिस नीड्स अ लिटिल मोर डिस्कशन. सो आई विल बी टेकिंग अ क्लास, अ डेडिकेटेड क्लास, मे बी दिस नॉट इन द अपकमिंग वीक बट नेक्स्ट वीक में, मे बी, because now the classes for the next week has been scheduled. So most likely in the not this Monday but the next Monday I will try to take the class on this. This is very very important topic, so I'll take a class, separate class. ठीक है, एग्जाम फॉर्मेशन आप जाके देख लो. इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू फाइंड, सो जस्ट गो टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल, गो टू द लाइव सेक्शन, हियर यू विल फाइंड दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. देयर इज वेरी हाईली लाइक्लीहुड दैट देयर विल बी वन क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम हियर. हमको बहुत हद तक लगता है कि एक सवाल आएगा, एक पूरा पैसेज ही आ जाएगा. सो प्लीज रीड अबाउट दिस. ओके, है ना. So this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, share this video. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.